Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday to you. Thank you again for joining us for our conversation of the role of social workers in the transformation of mental health. That is the conversation that we have been having mostly on Mondays, and then on Wednesdays, we've been looking at who it is that we are as social workers and just being in a place of reflection on all of those things. So, and we've been hosting a social work power certificate course now for the last 3 to 4 weeks. And it's been a powerful conversation about who it is that we are as social workers. What exactly does that mean? Where do things like our own sense of self, our passion for what it is that we do, and any barriers that there might be for us and being able to fully express that passion for what we do, where those things are and how we're able to both understand them and then work to address them so that we can truly harness the power that we have as social workers. So today we're going to go back to reviewing the article that we have been looking at as a jumping point for this conversation on the transformation of mental health. I'm going to share my screen just so that we can get back onto that article. And here it is. And so again, this is the role of social workers in the transformation of mental health. Last time we had a conversation about leadership. And what leadership looked like and what it meant to really collaborate with people. Today, I'd really like to go to this place here, which is about the role of social workers and what it takes for us to truly take on transforming mental health. So there's a series of steps here. We'll get to maybe a couple of them. But really understand the first one being about understanding our identity. Social workers need to start by recognizing their true identity and the unique contributions they bring to the field. It does again remind me of the conversation that we have been having, and that again is right here. It does remind me a bit of the conversation we've been having in the Social Work Power Certificate course, and with some of the individuals that we've had an opportunity to truly connect with in these conversations about this thing called identity. What does it mean? How did we become social workers? What was the purpose of doing this work for us? And then how has it been executed over time? What does it now look like? And then what does it mean in terms of identity? And if we have a disempowered way in which we might be viewing ourselves, or we don't express the different parts of what it means to be a social worker, or there's some or there is a conflict in the different identities that we may be engaged in at any point in time in our lives, where then does social work end up being in that process? And then really and truly, how do we view our social work identity? What is that we truly look at? How many times do we ask the question, what is my social work identity? What would happen if I really explored and answered the question, what is my social work identity? Rather than maybe who am I as a social worker, which is a wonderful question also, but really taking a look at what is my identity as a social worker, and really being in a place of inquiry about that, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, well, what is my identity as a social worker? And being able to kind of unpack and look at, like, I know about myself. One of the things I know about myself is I'm an advocate, and social work is an opportunity to express who I am as an advocate. So my social work identity is also very much tied to who I identify myself as being, is an advocate. And there are also some things in there that are giving me some pause and some hesitation. So it's a really, I think, and so this is the opportunity that is presented to me for today, about what is my social work identity? So I'm actually going to leave it there, because I think that that is a place for really us to look. And that is really a place for us to be in, to ask the questions about what is my social work identity. And so I'd love to hear from you. Put your comments in the chat box. Let me know, what is your social work identity? How do you understand the question? How are you answering it for yourselves? Be a model for all of us too. What is my social work identity? So let me hear from you. Have a wonderful day. We look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday and next Monday as we continue on in this conversation.